Morning, lovely people. Very fresh morning in Lancashire this morning. Now, when I've said this in the past, I've always kind of jinxed myself, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to try and hit 3 boot sales today, first of which is Bursker. Then the plan is to head over to Robins Island. First time I've been this year. I went maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 times last year. Got some good results. It's mostly private sellers rather than traders. So smaller boot sale, but not so far from Bursker. And then finishing off with Bolton. That's a loose plan anyway. So quick stop for coffee and some cash, and let's get on the road. Well, you know what I said about jinxing myself? I just got to the Bursker boot sale, which is my first stop today, to a young lad closing the gate going, which is very disappointing, obviously. Well, I'm out now anyway, so I'm kind of adapting my plans. I'm looking at the sky, and yes, it has been raining this morning. I hasten to add, it was dry when I set off, so that gave me a little bit of confidence. And I did check the weather forecast, and it said a 10 to 12% chance of rain this morning up until about 11 o'clock. The modified plan did go like this. I was thinking the Runcorn boot sale, which is in a multi-storey car park, so obviously no weather worries there, but just checking their Facebook group, the last post on it was for a cancellation of the boot sale on the 7th of May, and there's been nothing since. And going back, it looks like it's really hit and miss whether it's on or not. The organisers have cancelled a few in the last couple of months, so that's not giving me a great deal of confidence, to be honest, because it is out of my way as well. I am not wasting today though. I am going to attempt to go to Bolton at the very least, because the skies are clearing. I think it may turn out to be a nice day. How many sellers that's put off remains to be seen, but it is a bit of a dog leg, but it's kind of on the way home. So let's try and rescue a bit of today anyway, and even if that fails, I'm going to be spending the day listing, probably get a bit of content together for you guys as well, because I did have a pretty impressive haul at the auctions earlier on in the week. Well, impressive for me anyway, so it's not going to be a total waste today. I will update you very shortly. So this looks more promising. Skies are starting to clear up, which is nice. And there's a long line of people waiting in the queue to sell me some stuff. Might not be a complete washout today after all.
How's your perfumes? Are they all empty? They're all different. No, they're not empty. One's empty, the rest are full. Timberlands?
Oh, not Timberlands, no. It's just,
not Timberlands?
I don't really, I think docks are the only things I only do in kid sizes.
Oh,
yeah, just don't do kid sizes.
Yeah, the docks out there. You have to come back. I come in here actually.
No. Kid stuff is not my bag really, but Doc Martens is the only exception. Yeah.
I don't know where they are.
Yeah, no way.
It's for time today.
Like, we've never done this before.
Yeah.
We're like,
it's not so bad actually. It can.
Oh, no, everyone's kicking up over there. We're like,
I saw that on the way in. Yeah.
wow.
Such the Wild West of that.
Yeah.
He's, to be fair, that's probably the first time I've seen anything like that here.
Really?
Yeah, it's normally all right here. If you stick them to one side, I'll bob back for him. Nice one. Cheers, man. You said how much for the view, sorry?
£6.
£6. Would you do 5?
Yeah, go on then.
Top man, thank you.
Oh,
Here we go. Were you getting your briefing, were you?
Well, mothers don't know the price of stuff. I come back and she's like, oh, I've sold out, and I'm like, really?
Yeah, you've done really well. There's your 37 pence.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Cheers.
You.
How much is your VHS player?
£2.
Bargain.
DVD one as well somewhere.
Strangely, it's those that I'm more
is
interested in. Yeah. It's just because they're harder to get hold of now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks, love.
How much are your lamps?
£4 each.
Did you find them docks?
Oh, they've got dogs.
I've got box on and everything.
Yeah. God, they are tiny, aren't they?
Yeah.
How much you want for them?
20 quid for them.
20 quid.
Decent, aren't they? No soul missing. Nice little put and box
Yeah,
as well.
Absolutely, yeah. A bit steep for me, that.
15.
No, I'll be nowhere near, honestly. Yeah, not for kids ones. Have a successful day.
Yeah, nice one.
Cheers.
I'll see you on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. There's a video out yesterday. So
Yeah,
get
yeah.
that, yeah.
Who's fighting it?
Cheers, man. How much is your toaster?
How much is your toaster?
I want a tenner for it, mate. Schmeg.
Is it working?
Yeah. So I'll make that up a bit. I've got the fridge to match, but
Yeah.
I'm not ringing it till next week.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'll do that at tenner. Oh, I'm not finished yet.
Oh, you're not? All right. Sound. Keep going, fella.
I'm looking at your levers and your boots.
Yeah.
What have you
Frank
got on?
Thomas, the ladies.
Oh, yeah.
Frank Thomas, Merlin jacket, pants to match, city boots, right helmet.
Leathers, boots and helmet. How much you got on them?
What, for them all? I want 100 quid for the helmet. It's
Right.
brand new. It's got £400 receipt in the box with
Yeah.
it. It's got the spare, clear visor, the bag, the lot, the
I'll be
work,
nowhere near on that.
the works.
Yeah.
I'd take 80 quid for serious buyers. It's well worth it, that, mate. It's a belt and helmet.
What about the leathers?
All the leathers, probably take 80 quid for it all.
Yeah. And the boots?
25 for the boots.
Got my fingers stuck in the sandal.
Well worth it then.
Yeah. Can I have a look at the boots?
Yeah. You literally, she's only worn them a couple of times.
Yeah.
They just need a good clean. Do you want to see what's in the chest, love? There's some stuff in the chest.
Yeah. £6.5. Would you 30 for the toaster and these?
Go on then, mate.
Cheers, man.
What did you lamp?
Probably get 50 quid for all that on eBay.
More than that.
What are them city boots going for on eBay?
65, something like that. Yeah. So that's what I do for a living. It's a flip online kind of thing.
That's
So
right,
yeah.
innit? That's right.
So yeah. Have a successful day.
You too, my mate.
Cheers. How much are your trainers?
£3.
And the white, are they the same
Yeah.
price? Yeah. Into ultra this stretching lark.
£2 for them ones. A bit taxi.
If they're not priced, they'll want. No singles, just selfies. No, they're all
When I was younger, I did, yeah. 4 or 5 of them. Real sweet spreading.
Which you take?
Pound each.
That's great, that. Thank you, sir. Cheers.
Morning,
Morning.
how you doing?
Not too bad, sir. What have you got in your Oldbergs?
80.
80.
They're over 200 quid, aren't they? Accus.
Yeah, yeah.
We've got some used ones there if you're interested.
I am, sir, yeah. Not enough meat on the bones.
How much are you coming up at?
For the new ones, about 19.95.
19.95, so I'll knock you, I don't know, 20 tenner off.
Yeah,
How's
no,
that?
I'll be knowing there's not enough meat on the bones.
How much then? What are you saying? You're going to sell them on? Take the profit on then?
Of course, yeah. I'd be looking at 40.
Mate, 45, take them.
You do 50 with these.
I can't, mate. I wear them when it's raining.
55 for both.
Go on then.
Nice one, thank you, mate. I'm going to end up giving you some more money in a minute.
Jeez. Hey, I tell you, if you're into your designer clothes and that.
We've got the Mindles.
I've got 40 on them. I do them for 30.
Yeah.
CP company.
And your Accu?
Pardon?
And your Accu?
30 to you.
And the new Accus.
Oh, 80, I'll do them for 70, man. They're brand new.
70.
They're over 200.
Yeah, yeah.
Mate, is that what GoPros are at now? At number 9, are they?
10 it is now, yeah.
I remember when they came out.
Yeah. I can't make it work on those, anywhere near. The used ones, I'll be a million miles away on the new ones, but the used ones I'll be looking at selling them myself at 40.
I'll do you them for 35 if you're interested in them.
Yeah. Are they kosher, are they?
Yeah, yeah. Mate, you've got some good stuff in there though. I've seen them city boots.
Yeah, yeah, I gave, for that and the Smeg toaster I give 30 quid.
Deal that.
Yeah, yeah.
Designer jeans, any good?
When you say designer,
Levi's, Diesel.
if I don't have much joy on the way around, I'll head back to you.
Alright, yeah.
Cheers, man, have a good day.
Alright, man, have a good one.
I'll take this one then, mate. I've not got room for two.
Okay, mate. All this.
We've got the boots.
25. Rowan's. Not for sale. I could have sold them 20 times.
We've got those, bud.
I haven't. Maybe 11 though.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'll do 5 of those. Sound, cheers, man.
They're good boots, they're Altbergs.
Absolutely. Landed on with them.
No, definitely. Yeah.
Sorry, how much are these?
I don't know. I'll give 10 minutes.
Yeah?
Yeah. 15.
Did you do 10?
Pardon?
Did you do 10?
No, because we're all just set up, so.
Or meet me halfway, maybe?
No, I'm going to stick to 15 because he's only wore of one.
No, fair enough, yeah. I'm going to take them anyway, but I'll be doing myself a disservice if I didn't try.
Yeah.
Sorry, I might not be finished yet.
Okay.
Oh yeah, looks like I am.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to put them back down. you have a tablet with that?
No, I don't, mate. Fortunately. £2 then, mate. Yeah, it's a Windows tablet, Windows Links, I think it's called, or something like that.
Awesome. Morning, Paul.
Alright, mate.
How much is your jacket?
30 that, mate.
No armour in that jacket, so no good.
Morning.
Morning, how are you?
Good, you?
I'm tremendous.
Full bag of
Do you know what size they are by any chance?
sorry?
Do you know what size they are by any chance?
No.
It says 6 on the bottom, but they look too small for a 6.
They look small for a 6.
Yeah.
Because I take 6s, I couldn't get my cooking now.
No.
I'm on the 6s.
34, there you go.
Yours?
Size 1 then. 1 or 2 they are, if anybody asks.
Right.
Been very helpful today. How much are your Converse boots?
They're 100 quid then.
Are they?
Yeah, they're like nearly 200 quid now, then I've bought them once.
Yeah.
Darling. Thank you.
You made it then?
Alright, that's
I was just chatting away to you there, you're in the zone, weren't you?
Trying to get me a bag.
Still not duck a load of stuff on me.
Yeah. I've seen a few traders here from Burska, so this has definitely saved the day. Because I was going to do Burska, then Robins Island. Have you ever been to Robins Island?
I won't drive far.
Alright, fair enough.
Terrible.
How much have you got in your jacket?
Either.
I'll do a £5. I'll give that a breath of life. Have you got the lead for that? This is an unusual one as well, isn't it? Still can't get over that teddy I sold yesterday. The teddy I sold yesterday, the Wallace and Gromit, the Gromit. Unbelievable.
What was different with it?
Just rarity. I did have it listed for about 150 for ages, and like an idiot, I turned down an offer of 100 quid from Japan, and because I thought, no, hang on, I don't think I'd had it long by then, but I've had it for about eight months now or something like that, and I just got an offer in, and rather than counter it, I just took the offer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's £2 quid.
That's what I'm at. That's how much what quid.
That's it, yeah. Well, most folk just come to boot sales to clear out, don't they? They look like Hornsey, those, don't they?
Don't think they are.
No.
That's what I picked up with mistake.
Yeah. They're plastic as well, aren't they? Or are they? It's hard to tell. Do you know what? I'm still making mistakes. They're not mistakes, they're lessons, aren't they? That's the way I look at it.
I do it. I mean, it's a pastime for
Yeah,
Gives
yeah.
us something to do.
That's it, yeah. Keeps you out of trouble.
We've got a good shed to store everything.
That's it, yeah. That's what it's all about. Have a good day, Caroline, anyway. How much is that? Is it working, you know? I need a bigger trolley. Yeah. Thank you. You got the remote for that?
No.
$41 would be a 7, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
£5 for those.
Yep.
Probably worth buying it.
Yeah, they are.
all the thing now, isn't it? It's all a new rate again, isn't it?
I don't think it ever left.
Ways.
Are these the only pair you've got?
They are, yeah. How random's that?
Yeah.
Got me a spacer, that's brilliant.
That's it.
There you
Spray
go.
that, cheers.
Thank you
Have a good
very
day,
much.
love.
Thank you.
How much you got any Scrabbles? What will you take for all of them? 2, 3, 4, 6.
7, 40, 25 on them all.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, run you. Some of them have just got a bit of the seal off there.
Yeah, I can live with that. Morning.
How come you've got a camera on your chest?
I vlog for YouTube, you know, for boot sales and that.
What, sorry?
I vlog for YouTube, you know, for boot sales and that, yeah.
I was vlogging.
How much on your welly bobs?
I did one for, I thought that, I know they're worn, but they'll be alright in, you know, on a farm or something.
Yeah, what size are they?
I don't, do you know?
Oh, here we are.
Oh, well, there you go.
4,
I was
that's
going to say about 4 or 5.
5, I think.
Yeah.
But it's a bit confusing, actually. It says 4, 5, 45 and 1.
Let me just try one on.
Which are we on? Right foot.
Yeah.
There we go.
Might be warmer than these bloody.
Yeah,
You guys have got
end up
on.
keeping them.
Oh, do you know the perfect?
Are they? I keep them.
No. They're alright, comfy.
Yeah.
£2.
It's a rubber wear or something.
They're alright then.
They're not bad. So do 3?
I'll do 350. I think that's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah, fair enough. Cheers, lovely. What brand is it?
I think it's a craft.
£2.
Right, okay. Thank you, sorry.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
It's nice, yeah. It's more ornamental than safe though, isn't it?
Got to make some money, mate.
How much you got on
20 bucks it, he wants to use it.
that? Right, gotcha. Appreciate your honesty.
Gonna say, yeah.
The last time I had that for damage storm, I ended up on to the bookstore.
How much is your jacket?
I'll do a tenner on it now. Got 20 on it. It was like, no, I can't tell you how much it was. A lot of money.
Yeah.
Good jacket, that.
Oh, it even smells quality. Yeah.
That's all I smelt all morning while I've been here. It's proper good leather, yeah.
It's my gear, that, mate. It's my
Oh,
gear.
yours?
this,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, mate. I do apologise.
All right.
I do apologise.
It's on there, sell your stuff.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
50
good, mate.
50 quid. Thank you, lovely.
Thank you.
Cheers.
There you go.
That's it,
Thank you. Ta.
Well, after getting to Berska only to find out that it was cancelled due to the weather, Bolton really has saved the day. What a brilliant result considering. It still looks like it's going to chuck it down any second, but I think a lot of the traders from Berska, although we're due to go to Berska, have ended up here. So let's get everything home now and take you through what I picked up and how much it's getting listed for. See you in a wee while.
1 nap later.
Well, boom, 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 and let me hear you say wayo. I'm almost glad that the first boot sale was closed today, actually, because Bolton's been very good to me. And perhaps miraculously, the bloody rain's held off as well. So usual script, going to strap the GoPro to my head and take you through what I got and how much it's getting listed for. So no fails this week, but one example of muppetry on my part. and I'll start with that Muppetry. These Scrabble sets, they're just a small version. I mean, they can be described as a travel Scrabble, but they're just a small version of Scrabble. 6 of them. These I would usually send up to Amazon, but there's on a couple of them there's a little bit of damage to the box and the cellophane is ripped as well. They can still be sold as new, but obviously I'm going to be mentioning that in the listing. There's 6 lots of them. The reason this was Muppetry is because originally the seller gave me a price of £3.50 each, and when I asked for a price for the lot, he said 25 quid, and I just paid it without even thinking about it. So yeah, bit of Muppetry there. Silly boy Dave. Probably just hadn't woken up. There's still nothing to panic about really, because I'll be putting a listing value on each of those of £10. Next was a bit of a gamble for me. I mean, you guys who are more familiar with living dead dolls, I'll probably be able to tell me if this is a gamble or not. I couldn't find any precedent for these particular ones, not in this country anyway. There are some in the States, but because I know they're very collectible and these are new, there's a little bit of wear to the box, not so much that one, but this one, there's a bit of wear to the box, storage kind of wear, to be expected I suppose. It's a gamble in the respect of I paid up for them and I couldn't prove the value, but it was one of those spidey sense tingling kind of moments. So I think they may be hanging around for a while for the right buyer, but I think they'll go nonetheless. So the first one is little Jinx. This is series 6. Don't pretend to know what that means. Perhaps sort of like there's different editions of these dolls. It warrants more investigation anyway. The listing value I'm going to put on Jinx is £45. And the other one, it's a really creepy as hell. It's got a little passport for this guy as well. This is Vincent Vaughn, Series 5. Listing value on that one, £30. Now, potentially this Smeg toaster was a fail. I have actually tested it. The elements do heat. However, that doesn't stay down when you press it down. I know if it's not plugged in that it won't stay down anyway, but even when it's on, it doesn't stay down. It just pops straight back up. If that wasn't the case, then I'd be looking at a listing value of £50 to £70 on that. But even in this condition, particularly because the elements work, it will sell spares or repairs for £30. I will have a tinker with that though, see if I can open it up, see if there's anything obvious that's the reason why that's not staying down. Some Hunter wellies. These are quite worn, but I didn't pay very much for them. Hunter are obviously a really good brand of wellies. These are the only ones I would pick up really. I haven't really come across any others with a decent kind of value. I haven't looked either, to be fair, but I'm obviously familiar with Hunters. These are a size 5. There is quite a bit of wear to them, particularly to the heel. There's no holes in them. I did look at another pair today as well that was splitting. That's one thing to check. Obviously with wellies, you don't want leaky wellies. Listing value on those, £25. Good bargain this. I've sold a similar one, perhaps a little bit more colourful, just recently. I don't think the last one had a screen on it though. I can't quite remember. This is an easy karaoke machine. You put your karaoke disc in the top and obviously it plays the music and the words appear on the screen. Good comps on these actually. If it had a microphone or two with it, I could bump up the price. It has got its power lead. At this point I haven't tested it, but assuming it's working, listing value on that £40. Now these caught my eye because I've done really well with quad roller skates lately. They're pretty cheap and cheerful, to be honest. It would have been nice to have a steel brace on them, but these are brand spanking new, a decent size at a size 7. In the box as well, there's a toolkit and spare nuts and whatnot. There's sort of like a courtesy pack, if you will, in there. Probably undervaluing these, even though they are cheap and cheerful, but the listing value I'm going to put on them is £25. Do come with a nice little bag as well. I've done really well for boots from Bolton today. The first pair are these Mindle boots. Mindle, an exceptional brand to watch out for. Obviously did the split test, but they look almost new actually. The Vibram soles look unmarked. They look worn, but like really little wear to them. A lot of that is just surface gunk that will come off with a bit of a baby wipe really. These are a size 10. Strong comps for these. Listing value £70. Next, these are Army Issue, actually. These are Altberg, fairly worn, but nice soft leather. Size 10 again. There is a couple of marks to them. Again, these all clean up nicely. There's no damage to any of the sort of like the furniture. No splits in them, no cracks, no nastiness. Pass a split test. Even in the condition they are, listing value on those, £50. I will entertain boxing boots every now and again. I prefer the Adidas ones. Lonsdale ones don't fetch as much of a high premium. These are a size 11, I believe. Yep, size 11. A good leather boot. Very minimal wear again. Listing value on those, £20. Some more Altbergs this time, brand spanking new. Size 9, not a mark on them. These are tremendous boots. A very, very, very well-known brand as well. They don't come up that often on eBay actually, but because they're brand new, listing value I'm going to put on them is £95. And next to them, another pair of brand new boots. These are Magnum. They're steel toe cap sight boots. A size 8 on those, and the listing value I'm going to put on them is £40. Had another experience today where the seller told me that, oh, they've only been worn a couple of times. Yeah, okay. Why did they do that? I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious. Why do they do that? These are really, really cool women's, obviously, motorcycle boots. Size 6.5. They are actually good condition, but this certainly has been worn more than a couple of times and they're not new. Not that he said they were new. Always check the zips on these boots as well, because often, because of the bending of them, particularly around about the ankle sort of like level, they can lose teeth or the zip will get damaged, so much so that the zip doesn't operate properly. So always check the zips on them when you pick them up. Because they're a pretty funky boot, excellent brand, and they've got sort of like extra toys on them, vents and all that kind of stuff. Listing value I'm going to put on those is £50. And next to them, I'm not sure whether I can get away with... Oh, there's a bit of glass in them. They're not new. They look in pretty minty condition. These won't take much effort at all to present as though they're new. I will list them as used though. So Grey Timberland size 7 on these. Listing value on those, £40. And from a very lovely lady, Caroline, who's a member of the ABLreselling Facebook community, sold me this jacket. There's quite a bit of wear to it. I mean, she didn't charge me very much anyway. Caroline looked after me, so thank you so much, Caroline. I know the chances are you'll be watching this video. This is a really cool jacket. The brand isn't that well known. So the brand is Extreme Sport. This is a UK size 46. It feels good quality. It's got its elbow, shoulder and back armour. I probably would have picked this up anyway for what she charged, but an additional selling point is the fact that it's got the Suzuki GSX-R on it, or certainly patches that give it a Suzuki feel, so that'll be a good selling point. Obviously picture this really well. Again, when you're picking these jackets up, check the zips are working properly. Very often on jackets like this, you'll get the little zip dongles. What are they called, these? It's not coming to my mind. These bits, because obviously a lot of times they're operated with people that have got gloves on and whatnot, bit heavy-handed. After time they do snap off, so they're all present on these, and the zips are working perfectly well. So even with the wear on this jacket, I'm going to put a listing value of £40. Now I was very, very excited about this jacket. I'll say very excited, as much as you can get over a jacket. This is Redwood Aviator jacket. It's really, really cool. I've seen one of these before at a boot sale, and they just wanted too much money for it. They were talking, in fact they were talking sort of like around about the listing value I'm going to put on this, really. Size is 3XL. It even smells of quality, a really strong leather smell to it. Fantastic quality. It's obviously very difficult to show on the video. Very good condition as well, aside from some obvious bits of wear that just adds to the character of it, really. Now I'm going to stick my neck out on this jacket because I think it will do well, and the listing value I'm going to put on it is £100. I'm very convinced in myself that it will go for that, even though there's very little precedent. If it hasn't, after a cycle or two, maybe take offers on it. An item I haven't picked up for a while, and this is a bloody lump and a half. It's obviously a plane. This is the Woden, W-O-D-E-N, number W6. I'm taking a stab in the dark. For what I paid for it, I know this was a good pickup, but I'm taking this stab in the dark at evaluation, because although it's a very well-known brand, Woden, as far as planes go, there's not much precedent for the W6. There's W5s, W7s, W4s listing that all go for strong money. So I'm very confident that it will sell well based on that. But because there's no comps for this specific one, I'm going to put quite a range on the listing value. As always, I'm going to start high and work my way down, but the listing range is between £40 and £90. And that valuation is based on the evidence for the other models in the Woden range. So I'll do some more research prior to listing it to make my final decision where to start at. But like I say, I will be starting higher than 40 and working my way down. It's going to go for at least 40. So I'll stick to the listing value for the video anyway of that. And there's a spare blade with it as well. I saw 2 of these today, but the other one didn't have any leads with it or power cable or remote. This is a U-View box, the TalkTalk version. Check the back to see if there's a HDMI port, because some of these are a SCART only, not worth very much. We're not talking massive money for it. For the listing value on the U-View box, £30. VHS player, I haven't picked up one in a while actually. This is a Panasonic NV SD240. As long as it's a recognised brand, it doesn't really matter the models, to be honest, because they all go for around about the same kind of money. When you're picking these up, they need to be cheap, and you need to ask yourself the question, can you be bothered putting the effort into making a box up? Because there's a good chance that I'll have to make a box up for this to send it out. So it's all time, and time is obviously very expensive. Still a big market for these, but they don't command massive money. I'll probably be able to add an extra £5 to £10 on the listing value if it had a remote with it. I've got a power cable with it, and I can certainly stick a SCART lead with it because I've got one spare. But even so, I think I paid a couple of quid for this anyway, so I was always going to pick it up, and the listing value on that is £25. Not that I'll bundle with it, but brand new VHS tapes, still good news. You need to be paying very little for these, but I'm going to bundle these as a set of 2 and a listing value of £10. And last on the list today, this is the Tony Hawk Signature Series skateboard. Don't be fooled into thinking that because it's Tony Hawk and he's a recognised skateboarder, and even because it's a signature series, that adds to the value. It doesn't really, unless it's an autograph one or one of the very high-end ones. Then you're talking bread and butter kind of money. I picked these up, this style of skateboard, based on the graphics really and the condition. I've sold 2 just recently. If you remember from, I think it was last but one video, I picked up a Renner skateboard, and the other one was Urban Beach, which they're not significant brands, but they had really cool graphics and they flew for what I said they would do. So the listing value I'm going to put on this is the same listing value I put on those of £30. And I have absolute confidence in that because, like I say, recent precedent for brands that weren't really heard of. So the deck will sell them. Definitely. So when your opening picture, when you're listing skateboards like this, needs to be of the decals. I'd usually put them on the side and obviously take nice pictures, well lit, etc, etc. Now, I was getting a bit nervous that it was going to be an entirely wasted journey today, because getting to Bursker, literally pulling up at the gate to see a young lad looking at me while he was closing it. And the second boot seller plan to visit today, Robbins Island, I kind of thought that they're not so far apart. The weather was still ropey. It's in a field as well, so I suspect even if it was on, it was going to be very quiet. So, but going to Bolton was a great plan, albeit part of the original plan. Now, I've got a mountain of listing to do this week, so that's what I'm going to be getting into heavily. Weather permitting, I'll be back over at Fitzwilliam on Wednesday, because I do like that boot sale. Now, there's a very good chance I missed something as I've been going around the Bolton boot sale today, so if you spotted it and I didn't, let me know in the comments. And standard script, give the video a thumbs up please, it'd be very much appreciated, and obviously hit the subscribe and the notification bell will give you a notification of next time I post a video up. I hope your boot selling weekend has been equally fruitful. I've been Dave Keeffe, you've been amazing, see you in the next one.
I want a tenner for it, mate. Smeg.
Smeg off. Smeg for brains. Smeg off. Smegging. Smeg off. Smegging. Smeg off. Smegging out.